Welcome to Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. In the bakehouse here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about making the mosh for baking bread. In the bowl right here, I have a pound of butter. And I'm going to add water to it. Just baby bottle temperature or tepid water. You don't want your water too hot. It'll kill the yeast. The reason we make a mosh, I think that's cool enough, is to test our yeast to make sure our yeast is still good. You don't want to waste your flour on bad yeast. I'm going to put about 5 tablespoons of yeast in it. Almost 5 there. And also I'll put a good pinch of brown sugar. The brown sugar helps the yeast start working. Starts breaking down the sugars and stuff in it. Give it kind of a little stir here. Now I'm going to cover it up and let the yeast start working, or form a head, they call it, to let you know the yeast is working. And the reason you do that is during the Civil War times, flour, pure white flour was hard to come by. So you wanted to test your yeast, and also they made yeast out of potato peelings and other things too, so they didn't buy what we have today, store-bought yeast. So they would test their yeast, make sure their yeast was good. In this trough right here, we have, the Army used 100 pounds of flour, but we use 25 pounds of white flour, 5 pounds of wheat flour, a pound of brown sugar, and a 1/4 cup of salt. And we'll mix this up, get this all incorporated, and then once our mosh have formed a head and it showed that the yeast is working, we'll mix it in with this and mix it up till we get our dough what we want, like the consistency that we want, and we'll let it rise in the trough here. All right, we're going to take the mosh and pour it into our flour. We'll scrape that pan out there. Get all that. Start this little shindig. Right now we'll just kind of mix this mosh in with the flour till we get it kind of mixed in with all of it a little bit. In our oven, we've cooked anything in it that you can cook in your oven at home, about 350, 400 degrees. We've cooked pizza. We've cooked chicken standing on the beer can, or it don't have to be beer. Roast. We've had venison. We've had trout. We've even done pizza. Have done pies before. All right, we're done with the first rise. We're going to go on the second rise. Kind of punch it down a little bit. Take the air bubbles out of it. Get you a pinch. What I like to do, I like to push with my thumbs out and push up with my fingers in the bottom. Make it kind of concave in there. Put it in their pans. We're fixing to put bread on, it's done for second rise, fixed to put it in the oven. This is our peel. I'll use this to position the bread in the oven. When we start putting the bread in the oven, we want to try to get it all as quick as we can in the oven, because when you put the first pan in, it starts cooking. So if you got a lot of pans, the first pan will be in the oven for 4 or 5 minutes before you get all your pans in. So we try to do this process as quick as we can. I gotta be careful not to get my pans pushed back there too far, because my peel does not go all the way to the back of the oven. If I push them back there too far, then we can't get them out. And you can't see no flames licking up in the oven. So that's telling me that my bread should bake the same temperature all the way around. All the bread's in the oven. We'll check in about 20 minutes. See if it's ready to come out. We should have fresh bread here in a little bit. Alright, it's been about 15, 20 minutes, 25 maybe. Somewhere in there, I lost count. But we're going to check it and see what it looks like. She's ready.
Very hot.